Hi everyone, good to see you today. It's me, Dr. Kathy. We're going to talk about the kiss. Remember we talked about the different erogenous zones, and this time I want to talk about the kiss because I think we need to spend some time talking about one of the most frequent encounters sexually and the simplest encounter sexually that you can do with anyone of your liking, to send a message of how interested you are in them, right? So we talked about erogenous zones, and I really think that our talking about the kiss would be nice to focus on, especially when it comes to our, feelings about kissing. So how do we feel about kissing? Well, I think kissing is great, right? Some cultures, it's taboo, right? Back in the day, they didn't kiss until it was settled that they were getting married, right? Now, who knows? Kissing is for everybody and anybody. Even guys. Guys kiss guys. And when they do, it can be non-sexual. They could be best buddies and they're doing it, especially in Europe. Not as much in America, but it is okay for guys to kiss guys as long as it's very clear they're just best friends or they're just close friends or they're just fooling around and just telling each other how much they're buddies and how much they love each other. So I think it's fair enough, as long as we understand that they're not homosexual. I think it's cool that they actually do kiss once in a while. It's okay. It works for some people, right? All right, so kissing has some advantages, benefits, and it has some disadvantages, some bad things about kissing. And I'm sure you can get some of them right off the bat, but we're going to go with the good benefits and the, advantages of kissing. The first thing is, I'm going to say that it's pair bonding. You really use it as a way of getting close to one another and being able to talk and relate and show that this is a relationship that you're committed to by kissing. Now, obviously, in relationships, the frequency of kissing matters. So if you're kissing for a long time, meaning frequently for years, that's a good thing. That's a good message. But if the kissing starts to decline and you start to get into a situation where, boy, we're not even kissing anymore, that is a negative thing for the relationship, right? But let's talk about the good things, the benefits. So like I said, pair bonding is going to just be improved with kissing, number one. Number two, hormones. Hormones are produced, the three happy hormones. Oxytocin, the love hormone. Dopamine, the addiction hormone. And serotonin, the happy hormone, the real happy hormone that takes you out of depression, right? They are produced during kissing. Again, if you want the studies, let me know. I'll get you the studies so that you can read them up if you want. Let me know. Send me a message and I will make sure I get them to you. Send me your email. So the importance of these hormones is that it makes you feel elated, it makes you feel hot, it makes you feel wanted, right? And it makes you feel like falling in love, right? And if you are trying to love someone initially, that can be a little bit of a problem with the kiss, right? Because you don't know who the person is if you're just kissing for the first time. But depending on how deep that kiss is, depending on how effective that kiss is, yes, it can do that production where there's so many hormones going at the same time and you're feeling like, ooh, you're falling in love, which of course is too fast, but it's that feeling of, being happy that you're really going through. And I want you to encourage yourself to kiss, but be aware of the elated feelings that you feel so that you're not disappointed when it comes down. Because when it comes down, you're going to be wondering, okay, what's going on? Why don't I feel the same way? But the kissing can do it at that moment, and you can really enjoy a beautiful kiss or a great, well-done kiss when you have these hormones coming and flowing at the same time, and it becomes more of a positive feedback, and it just gets better and gets better, okay? And I know that the situation where you're kissing matters, but right now we're just saying in general, kissing is great for the hormones, those three hormones, oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin. Now, cortisol, which is a stress hormone, is reduced. So that's a good thing, because when you're kissing somebody, you want to relax, and that's what the reduction of cortisol does. It actually makes the stress less in the situation. So your stress comes down when you reduce your cortisol. Now, what else happens when you decrease your cortisol is you actually become more confident, You become more self-worthy. You actually feel, ooh, I feel good, I feel sexy, I feel I am worthy of this kiss that I'm getting from this partner of yours. And it's very important to realize, again, the kiss, it is in the moment, and you will feel that. How long it lasts depends on the person you're with. So there's more to it. For example, let's say you add hugging, right? You get a big hug, or you add I love you to the kissing. All that will make everything go woohoo, way up, right? And you're gonna feel like you're falling in love at that moment because you're enjoying yourself. Now again, some people are emotional and will feel that and others will not, but for women, generally, we tend to get caught up in the moment of kissing and we really want to connect with that person when we're kissing. So just know that all that happens because you're having these hormones released and cortisol decreased. So very good stuff to be aware of and not think this is the one, because we don't know yet, right? Just know that kissing is great, 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 but you have to do more work to find out whether that person is the one or not, okay? All right, another benefit is the circulation. So when you're kissing, your heart rate goes up, right? You're anticipating this kiss, you're sort of nervous, and suddenly your heart rate starts to pump and go up, right? It starts to race. And then suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, if you have high blood pressure, it brings down blood pressure. Studies say that, because what it does is that when the heart is racing or pumping blood more than usual, it has to open up the circulation to push that blood through the body. And when it does that, blood pressure comes down. What else happens? Headaches. If you have a headache because you're opening up the blood vessels, headaches get better. What else can happen with that? Congestion. If you're on your period, you're having discomfort from your menstrual cycle, the period, the pain comes down because the congestion becomes less, because blood flow has improved, it's opened up, dilated the vessels, and you're actually more comfortable. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but for those that do have cramps and do have discomfort, kissing can be a good support for you, okay? Right, so when you do have that circulation going, just remember that's all part of the complex of the kiss, and of course you have other things going on, the vision, the hearing, the taste, but right now the focus is on the kiss, and that is a great benefit when you're able to kiss and get that blood flow going and reduce that blood pressure. You know I'm big into blood pressure. Another benefit with kissing is the autoimmune system. So your immune system, because you're decreasing the stress, because you are actually exchanging bacteria in the mouth, hopefully good bacteria, my fingers are crossed, and those bacteria will stimulate your immune system to make more antibodies to make you, I don't want to say fight, but make you strong and make you adapt to these antibodies. Because they say that couples that have been around for a long time or been together for a long time, they have very similar flora in the mouth when tested. After like a year or two, they're able to say that, my goodness, they're now sharing the same organisms. Isn't that cool? Which is why you got to be careful with who you're with. Make sure you get tested. Make sure you know who you're dealing with sexually in terms of STDs. I always tell patients to get tested, and at least every 3 months, sometimes sooner if you're changing partners. But 3 to 6 months is okay if you're not sure of your partner. Get more frequent testing. Anytime you have a discharge, get more frequent testing. I know I'm going off point there, but back to the kissing, the immune system gets boosted because you're being introduced to someone else's immune system through the bacteria, and you now can actually get a strong immune system as long as you're healthy, okay? Make sure you have a healthy immune system. If you don't have a healthy immune system, it can make you a little bit sick, but eventually the immune system will pick up and make you stronger. So again, depending on the bacteria, we want good bacteria. We don't want the dangerous bad bacteria. We want good bacteria. So of course, brushing your teeth twice a day is important, at least. I'll throw that in. Yeah, kissing and brushing teeth. People do that a lot, right? Brush your teeth before you kiss. That's a great idea. All right. But I do think that the immune system being boosted is a positive with kissing. I also know that your allergies, because of the, again, the cortisol coming down, because of the immune system being boosted, your allergies can get better when kissing. That's another proven thought. All right, what else happens with kissing? Cortisol is supposed to come down too. Can you believe that? So those of you that have high cholesterol, your cortisol comes down. Sorry, your cholesterol comes down. We know cortisol comes down, but your cholesterol also comes down. And the cholesterol is probably coming down because when you're kissing, you're producing some digestive enzymes. I think that's the connection. Studies say it's still out there. They're not 100% sure, but there is some proof when they've done some studies that there is a reduction in the cholesterol, a slight reduction in the cholesterol. That is something that needs further studies. But right now, I think the connection again is the digestive system is able to process these foods much better. It's fatty foods, and that's when you are producing a lot of digestive enzymes from the mouth, and it goes down into the GI tract, and you're able to again have a better cholesterol. I think that's a great connection there. Testosterone, my favorite hormone, the hormone of sex drive. It will increase with kissing, all right? So that's a great, another benefit of kissing. Testosterone will come in there and just start producing its levels higher and get higher so that you're actually feeling like, oh my gosh, I might go further with him. But be careful. Make sure you know that that is part of the testosterone kicking in, right? Another benefit is, let's see. I did say pair bonding. Saliva itself will clean your teeth. So when you're kissing, you're actually producing saliva that will actually clean your teeth, clean your tongue, get rid of debris, and you swallow it, get it excreted from your bowels, you get rid of it. It's just another way of brushing your teeth in a way. But these are good chemicals inside there that will clean the mouth and keep the mouth pretty clean, as long as both of you have good bacteria more than bad bacteria. I know there's both, but you want to have good bacteria more than bad bacteria in the mouth. Another benefit is the facial exercises that you're doing when you're kissing. Now, I know some people will be more expressive with their face than others, and some people will not be, again, depending on the type of kiss. So again, I'm going to just say in general, they have studies that show that when you kiss, you're exercising the facial muscles and the neck. So you are getting some great exercise, even though sex we know is great exercise. The kiss too is great exercise for the face. So take note of that, okay? Especially those of us that don't want to get wrinkles. All right, disadvantages, bad side effects. Number one, all this is temporary. It doesn't last forever. So don't get deceived that we're getting these great benefits. They're brief, right? So we have to make sure that we do other things to be aware that the briefness is sometimes so brief that it's gone faster in some than others. So just be aware that it's not long term, which we wish it was. But keep on kissing. That brings it back, right? That's the answer. So that's one of the disadvantages. Another disadvantage is that women like kissing more than men. I'm sorry, you guys. I have to say the truth. Women take it more seriously than you guys. We tend to want to kiss and know that you're mine, no one else's. So that kissing, we don't want to think you're doing it with anybody else. We think it's just us. So we use it as a relationship rating or as a barometer, right? So we will say, if you're not kissing us frequently, something is wrong, something's going on. So the man, though, when they're kissing, it's more for them to get sex, right? And I do know men love to kiss and do think that it's important, but generally, again, in the studies, they said that men really want to get into the bedroom. Women want to do it more for the relationship, and they use it as a rating to find out whether you're serious with them or not, okay? All right, another disadvantage is, back in the day, like I said earlier in the talk, that we kissed when you were getting married. Now we kiss and we're not getting married. We just kiss and hook up, and sometimes you do get married. But it's very well known that kissing is not as sacred as it used to be. Now, I don't think we can change that, obviously, but it's something that you need to know, that kissing is not something that we cherish anymore. It's so commonly done that you don't know sometimes who is the one, right? So if you're trying to figure out who the one is through kissing, we know kissing is not enough. But we'll start there. Studies do show that women will start there and say, you know what, I'm choosing this guy because his kissing is better than this guy. So kissing guys, you all got to get into the kissing and know how to kiss. Gals, same thing, got to get into the kissing too, so that we can please our guys too. You need to know that, yeah, women will rate y'all for kissing poorly. If you don't kiss well, dudes, you could be out the door. So learning to kiss is going to be important. So that's a disadvantage. If you don't know how to kiss, you could be out the door. Okay? All right, another disadvantage of kissing is, you know, the STDs, the you know, bad viruses and bacteria that we get can be transmitted through saliva. And, you know, I'm not going to go into the details of that, but even COVID can be transmitted through saliva and through sex. So that's another disadvantage. Try not to kiss if someone has a fever blister, herpes, right? Because you can get that too. So just be aware that, you know, there are some disadvantages in kissing. If you are, you know, worried about it, get tested, have somebody show them your proof so that they can show you their proof of being tested and the results. Make sure you see their name, right? And have, you know, have a frequent testing schedule for yourselves, and be honest about it, be open. If you have something that, you know, is transmissible, please let your partner know, especially when it comes to kissing and having sex, okay? All right, anything else I can think about in terms of kissing? Just remember, it is a beautiful erogenous zone for us. The technique is amazing. You've got to get it down pat. You have to know how to do it so that you can please your partner. And just know that, yes, there are some fears, but do not fear, because life goes on and you'll fight the fears and you'll fight whatever it is that's going on, and we're all going to get something one day or the other. It's inevitable, and it's not something that you can avoid. So don't be scared of kissing, don't be scared of sex because of STDs or because of infections. That's really not my point. My point is just be aware that the person might have something, have the person tested, or if you see something, no kissing, right, on the lips, right? All right, guys. Nice talking to you. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me. Take care. Bye.